Right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation. Another edition of the Quarantine Stream. CP from Knicks Fan TV. My man JL from Nick of Time Show. JL, so in this episode, we're going to talk coaching. Because it was announced by The Athletic that Tom Thibodeau is at the top of the Knicks coaching list and that they will begin interviewing candidates as soon as we get a resolution to the season. Thibodeau at the top of the list, but it was also revealed that one Kenny Atkinson will also be interviewed by the Knicks. What do you think about these latest updates, Shales?
No surprise there, really. We kind of news has been coming out that Tom Thibodeau might be the favorite for a long time. And then it also came out that Tom Thibodeau was eyeing the Knicks and he was going to pick them before anybody else. So it's no real surprise there that Tom Thibodeau is still on top of the list. The Kenny Atkinson news, though, was speculation.
Yeah.
From everybody at first because, Brooklyn let him go. So everybody thought, all right, this might be a guy. And this is kind of the first time, I guess, that's been talked about.
Official, yeah.
Yeah. But no news here. No news here. I just hope that if we do hire Tom Thibodeau, that the changes he says he's made and the lessons he said he's learned from his other places, he's able to kind of apply here if all these rumors are in fact true.
That's right. And I agree with you. Nothing terribly new except for the Atkinson news was made official. We had always assumed that they would take a look at Atkinson, him being on the free agent market as they should. But now it's been pretty much made official that he is on their list of candidates. I think with Thibs, I agree with you. I think, listen, he's been on his PR tour. We know that he's been on ESPN. He went to the sports analytics conference to talk about load management, which that was a complete setup. I think Zach Lowe definitely set that up. And, he's been on the Woj podcast, so on and so forth, trying to clear up his rep. So I think, I think, the knocks on him are what they are. Some may agree with it, some may not. But to me, him saying that he's looking to change his ways in lesser words, I think he would have to, because this could be his last shot at a head coaching gig, especially in New York. Because if Jimmy D is not happy, we know he will be out of here in a New York minute.
Absolutely.
So Thibs has to be coming in here knowing that this could be his last shot.
Oh, absolutely. New York, the pressure will be amplified here. But I mean, listen, he's coached well in other places, so I know people don't want him here, but he's not a complete loss. Hope he still knows how to coach. He still has a winning record. He's done well with the Bulls and done well with the Timberwolves, at least in spurts. So I want to remain optimistic if it indeed that Tom Thibodeau was here. Hopefully he's changed his ways, man. Hopefully he changed his ways. I know some people are kind of hoping for Kenny Atkinson though.
Yeah.
And hoping he stays, but he's cool. But actually watching, I think watching Knicks Fan TV, I saw some things about Kenny Atkinson. I was like, okay, well, maybe this might not be the right choice off the rip.
So I did have my guy Yves Darboz on, longtime season ticket holder of the Nets, a longtime Nets fan, also a closet Knicks fan, but that's my guy. But basically, what the Nets were complaining about in terms of Atkinson was a lot of his in-game adjustments. Sometimes trying to ride the hot hand a little bit too long instead of going to, your starters, getting back to your starters in the fourth quarter. That was the primary knock on Atkinson. I'm still not clear why he was fired from the Nets. I think it was definitely political why he's gone, especially after the job that he did in really, working with not that much talent and getting them to the playoffs. And I thought he caught a raw deal, but there has to be more to the story where Atkinson is concerned.
Yeah, maybe. I also heard what he's so. I like the fact that Atkinson is committed to like that, that 5-out kind of play. I guess he was under D'Antoni, so that makes sense. And that's something. Spacing is something the Knicks need. And I'm hoping that he would actually play guys who demand the spacing. Because I love Miller, but Miller didn't always play the guys who demanded the spacing. So if we do pick him, hopefully that is what happens. But I am concerned about the complaints about the in-game adjustments. because that's the one thing that I liked that Miller actually showed they can do during the season is when games got tight
The
or
chess match. Miller was good at the chess match. He was good at the
Mhm.
out of bounds plays. He was good at making those adjustments. His defensive adjustments across from Fizz was night and day, and I thought the team really responded to that. So that's certainly going to be interesting. On Atkinson, real quick. This is what D'Lo wasn't so high on him. Obviously, D'Lo got his chance to shine under Atkinson, and prior to going to Golden State. D'Lo was basically saying that Atkinson really didn't know what he had in D'Lo, and was only forced to put him in once Dinwiddie and Karis LeVert got injured. So D'Lo wasn't so high on him. But look at a guy like a Joe Harris who came off the scrap heap. Look at Dinwiddie who stepped his game
right. Look at Dinwiddie. Look at Jeremy Lin. I already know that he has an affinity for Frank Ntilikina.
The point guard whisperer.
Yeah,
the point guard whisperer is Atkinson, man. So they say, and we're going to be looking at getting a point guard in the draft.
I already know he's a fan of Frank Ntilikina, so everybody in the Frank Hive, he might actually get some playing time if Kenny Atkinson is actually here.
Might get the Frank Hive percolating.
Exactly, because for some reason, last season, whenever the Nets played New York, Frank had a hell of a game every freaking time.
Yeah, he was up for it.
Yeah, he was always up for the Brooklyn game, so he got up close and personal look at Frank in his best moments, so he might get some burning. But we'll see. Certainly
interesting, man. We'll see. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Call us up. Let us know what you guys think about these coaching updates. 657-383-1509. Definitely want to hear from the people. No Charlie Ward tonight, JLs. He rescheduled. He had a scheduling conflict. They were only able to do it this afternoon, so I got him to push it to nighttime, so we're going to try to get it next week. Hopefully next week, Charlie Ward, Knicks Fan TV, Knick of Time show. Still working on getting that rescheduled. So those of you that were looking for the Charlie Ward interview, we're still looking to get that done. On Thibs, this was Taj on Thibs, which was back in February. Taj says, since I've been here, a lot of those old Knicks players, they always come up to me. They love Thibs. They worship the guy. It's crazy. He says, guys get multiple chances when you look around the league. Taj thinks he's misunderstood. A lot of players have different mindsets. His mindset is winning. To win games, you go through a lot of hard work. Sometimes young players don't understand it. There was misperception. He wanted to win. He just trying to make guys better players. Some guys take it as being hard. He's going to push you. He's always going to get the best out of you. It was easy for me to learn early in my career. Had a bunch of guys in Chicago willing to listen. They were young guys who really wanted to listen. So is that a knock on Towns, Wiggins?
Yeah, that's always the worry. That was the worry. That's the big worry. The big worry from Knicks fans is, does he have the voice to connect with the youth of today? Because people will say, that was a different era when he was coaching in Chicago. Like, players aren't built the same. They can't take that rah-rah in your face, ride them hard, pause type attitude. Like, it might be it's a different era. So is that an indictment on the players they had in Minnesota, or are the players in New York a lot better? Like, we have guys who are a little bit more humble, who maybe Tom Thibodeau can coach a little bit harder. So I
think RJ's built for it.
Yeah,
RJ's made for it because that's in his pedigree.
Absolutely.
Mitch, we'll see. I think Mitch still has some growing up to do. That's my guy. He still has some growing up to do. Kev, same way. RJ's built for it.
RJ's definitely built for it. DSJ,
No, he's gone. Yeah. He's gone anyway. DSJ's gone.
Frank, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the Prince is made of. You know what I mean? But I think RJ's made for it. And I think that's what it's about. You got to get the players that are willing to be coached. When we had Sheed on, what Sheed say about Thibs, he said, number one, his defensive philosophy works if you buy in. And also, you got to have patience.
Yeah. Definitely have to have patience. I want to get the details of his defensive schemes, because for him to speak on his defense like that, I really want to know what his philosophy is.
Yeah.
He speaks on Thibs' defense like it's some out of this world theory that not every team uses,
right,
and it only works if you completely surrender yourself. It sounded like some weird trust exercise.
You gotta trust it.
Fall backwards into my arms. Like what kind of defense are you running, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
She's saying you gotta trust it, man. You know? And then there's Mike Miller, JLs. Where does that leave Mike Miller in all of this? I think not finishing the season is gonna hurt him. It's gonna hurt his chances big time.
Absolutely.
I almost think he's blast on their priority list right now, especially when Atkinson shook loose and with Thibs, the Thibs rumors are hot and heavy.
Absolutely. Like he really has to rock the interview, if anything. Yeah. But I almost feel like what you're saying is him getting a job interview is almost like a formality. It's out of respect.
Out of respect.
Hey, you did this for us. I'll give it a shot. But yeah. I'm not sure if he really has a real shot. I don't think so. I've read that they want to keep him on the Knicks in some capacity. Yeah. Definitely wouldn't mind that. Assistant coach, something. Because I do like what he's done with the young guys. It did seem like they were progressing a little bit towards the end of the season, especially Knox's defense, and Frank seemed like he was getting a little confidence before the season ended, but it remains to be seen what his role will be. Yeah. And Berman did say it could be, it's a possibility that they would keep him in some sort of role if he accepted it. I don't think, he's certainly not getting any type of head coaching job around the league or anything like that. So it may suit him best to stay here and get some more experience and, continue to grow with the team. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Continue to grow with the team. So, yeah, go ahead. And especially at this point when he's worked with the guys now, Right. He's actually worked with a lot of these guys that are going to be here next season. So right. I think it would almost be like, I guess it would be easier transition for the Knicks if they did get a new coach to still have Miller on the staff with the big boys. Yeah. What makes sense? Maybe you get an Atkinson Miller ticket. Hey, offense, defense. Development gurus right there. Development. You know what I mean? I like that. Alan Hahn's reaction, which I agree with on Thibs, was if we're going to go the draft and development route, is an Atkinson your guy? Or maybe even a Miller your guy? If you go with Thibs, again, I put Thibs and Van Gundy in that same bucket, is how much are they going to be invested in this thing to grow it from a seed to a flower? You know what I mean? You bring in Thibs here, are you automatically going to still be looking to jump the gun, jump a couple levels up, trades, you know what I mean? Make some trades and skip steps. With Van Gundy, though, I don't have that same worry. Only because he came up as kind of like a teacher. Like he came up. You hear these stories about Van Gundy just being able to flat out coach. Yeah. Matter in the situation. So to me, it's more about Van Gundy's interest. To me personally, more than, can he handle the young guys and can he teach them things? I truly believe that Van Gundy would be a great coach here. I think I'm not saying he wouldn't. I'm just saying, would he have the patience? It's still going to be a lot of growing pains in this thing. Yeah. Van Gundy don't got that much hair left, JLs. He had the George Jefferson. It's starting to dwindle down, man. This is why he quit in 2000, 2001, whatever. You're right. You are right. He's losing it, man. So he had to take a break. He was getting stressed. I mean, there's Hair Club for Men, CP. We can start them over from scratch and then go through the season. We can do this. All right? Oh, my goodness, man. This is hilarious, bro. Yeah, interesting debate for sure. So to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Call us up, 657-383-1509. Let us know what you guys think about the latest news. Let me shout out some super chats, JLs. Robert Paris sends us a super chat. He says the pick will be on Rose. The pick will definitely be on Rose. I agree with that. Brooklyn Student 73. RJ will flourish under Thibs because RJ wants it. That I can agree with, and I think he's right on that. And House Flan says Mike Miller as the head of player development. I'm not sure. Maybe that's a role he would take on. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe. I'm open. As long as he's here with us. Yeah. I'm open to that. Yeah. Right. They haven't
made any progress in terms of the season updates. The NHL, though, Jay Ellis, went to canceling the regular season 24-team tournament playoff.
I did see that.
Could the league do that?
I did see that. Shout out to my guy in the group in the KOT group chat. Sent me.
Yeah, like we said on the last show, if they go 24-team, 12 East, 12 West, we're in the dance.
Yes. I don't want to be. I don't want to dance though. Can I like?
I'm not trying to dance.
I don't want to dance. Like, can I hug the wall? Dance. Can I hug the wall? Can I?
You know what I mean? You try to play the wall, man.
Yeah.
You know,
like, nah. What about these picks?
I'm not trying to dance. I'm good. I'm good.
Last thing I want to do is surprise beat anybody.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw some scenario where the Knicks can play the Pacers first round. No. Pacers. We gave the Pacers a little bit of a run. I don't want to see that matchup at all.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to see that matchup at all.
I just lost my screen here. Hang on one second.
It's like, are we still alive?
Yeah, we good.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to see that at all.
Yeah.
I do not want to get close to a win and no.
Anything is possible when you get this much time off, man. Anything is possible when you get this much time off.
I know. That's what scares me. That's exactly what. I don't want it.
Yeah.
If we come back to the dance, I want the young players, all young guys.
Yeah, I agree.
Luton, Lamar.
Agree. And because Dame said he's not going to Disney World if there's nothing in it for them.
I get it.
And so you got to consider that. You're like, how do you factor in the teams that, you're just going to ask teams to play a game and not have a shot at the playoffs? That's why I think there's definitely going to be some sort of play-in opportunity to satisfy all, the teams that are especially on the bubble.
I guess that's when that rule comes in about having extra players on the inactive list and all that. Right. Yeah, he's like, all right, they don't want to play, bring up guys from the G League. And it makes it a little bit whack, but
yeah, that's right.
If they want to play, they want to play.
They want to play, man. Another super chat comes in. Park City says, Dion says, next coach, we need 3 to 4 years. Absolutely right, Jails. Whoever it is, will they last longer than 4 years? The last person last 4 years was Mike D'Antoni, Jails. That was 2011.
Yeah.
2011.
Man, it doesn't even seem like he was last. It doesn't even seem like he lasted long.
Yeah, that's right. You're surprised.
It didn't even seem like he lasted that long.
Yeah, he did.
Like, especially the way he left.
Yeah,
the way he left didn't seem like he lasted that long.
He did. Right. Well, but remember, he came in. He had Duhan.
Yeah.
Right. They screwed Steph, which I still hate him for. Screwed Steph completely.
Oh yeah, he did.
And then went through Stat, Lynn, Melo, Linsanity, and then got chopped for Woodson.
Yeah.
So whoever it is, we, like I said, I feel like we it's a broken record because we said the same thing with Fizdale.
Sure did. And Hornacek.
And Hornacek. Can we let these guys cook?
Lifespan of the Knicks coach.
Coach is not going to be a miracle worker, man. We got to let these guys come in and build with the roster.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta
exactly. Oh yeah. That's right. D'Antoni quit on us too, CP.
Yeah, I mean, I was never a big fan of D'Antoni anyway.
So D'Antoni quit on us.
I'm glad he was gone.
Peace.
I'm glad he was gone. They say Melo fired him. If that's the case, I'm glad Melo got him out of there. Get him out of there.
Melo, you should have succumbed to Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, facts. Couple shows ago, a guy, Jay Boogie, had mentioned Jerry Stackhouse sales. Stackhouse had interviewed for the Knicks job during the time 2 years ago when they got Fizdale.
Yeah, I did some research on Stackhouse years ago. I barely remember, but yeah, Stackhouse was an interesting candidate because I guess he was heralded in the G League when he coached for the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a lot of players kind of took to him But I don't know if he was really a serious candidate for the Knicks, even though he was kind of in the mix only because he was a G League coach.
Yeah.
But he's an interesting prospect because it seems like everybody gives him props for just having like a nice coaching mind.
Yeah, very interesting. And we pulled some notes. Shout out Knicks Fan TV Dave for pulling a couple things. So a couple things on Stack, and this is from Beale Street Bears. Well, number one, they won the G League championship back to back.
Right.
With high turnover. There were only two players that returned. They won in 2016 and won it again in 2017. Only two players that returned from that 2016 team in 2017. All right, G League competition, still won it. Mm-hmm. Right? They do give him credit for Siakam's development. Remember, Siakam was in the G League, averaged 18-8, 2 dimes, 2 steals in the G League, won the G League Finals MVP. They also give Stackhouse credit for developing guys like Delon Wright, Fred VanVleet, another guy we've been talking about from the free agent standpoint.
Yeah.
He's going to look to make some money. So they credit VanVleet's development on Stackhouse. Had a 700 winning percentage for 2 years with that Raptors 905 team.
Pretty damn good.
All right. Known for his defense. Raptors 905 ranked top 2 in defensive ratings in both seasons as Stackhouse as the head coach. He was known for challenging his players to work harder and holding players accountable. Now, this is Beale Street Bears. They cover the Grizzlies for Fansided. They give him credit for Marcus Sol in terms of Marcus Sol's enhanced playmaking abilities.
Really?
During his last season with Memphis, shifting over to Toronto. They give Stackhouse some credit there for helping Marcus Sol, increase his skill sets as a playmaker. So Stackhouse is he's got a good resume. He's at Vanderbilt now. People that are asking in the chat, he's at Vanderbilt. He's the head coach of Vanderbilt. So he went from the Raptors system. He was an assistant coach at Memphis, and now he's at Vanderbilt.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to remember this story. I heard this crazy story about Stackhouse and his crazy work ethic, and it's escaping my mind. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I think it has something to do with like the way he watched videotape and broke it down to his players.
Yes, I don't remember where that article came from, but I know what you're talking about. Like how he approaches watching film.
Yeah,
he's like a film junkie or something like that.
Watch me remember at the end of the show.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that article. I just can't put my hands on it. So Stackhouse certainly has a resume. Will he get a look?
Will he? Let's see. Well, first and foremost, is Leon Rose still contacting him? Because it seems like anybody Leon knows.
Right. Does he have a relationship with Stackhouse? Maybe he does. He's been in the league for quite some time. So, again, with Stackhouse and like with Atkinson, with Miller, this is somebody that you want to be growing with the team, JLs. Growing with the team. Are they development focused? Are they trying to coach these young guys up to get better?
Absolutely.
Or, you have Stackhouse and Miller who are defensive oriented. Could be a name. Shout out Jay Boogie for throwing that out there.
Exactly, because even people saying no, Miller had a similar kind of he didn't win G League championship, but Miller was doing the same type of things though. Yeah. High turnover, but his team is still one of the top defensive teams in the league, and had most call ups in the league. And so Miller had a lot of the similar traits that Stackhouse.
True indeed. Somebody in the chat said, where is he at? Great Ben's TV says, plus Stack got hands. It's so funny. I stumbled upon a video as I was doing my Stackhouse research. I stumbled upon a video of Stackhouse beating the crap out of Jeff Hornacek.
I was about to say, yes. I posted that on KOT like a year ago.
Man. I mean, he missed on a couple of those haymakers, boy. If he would have connected, good night. Would have put him to sleep. Oh, man. Yeah, it was ugly, man. It was ugly.
Oh, my.
Stackhouse was a gamer, bro.
Yeah, I posted that on KOT Instagram like a year ago when we was trying to replace a few years ago when we were trying to replace Hornacek with Jerry Stackhouse.
Yes.
Just for shits and giggles.
Hell yeah. Let's go to the phones. Will from LI's in the building. Will, how you feeling?
Hey, what's going on, DJs? How you guys doing?
What's good, bro? All
right.
Good, man. I want the family to safe. You guys are staying safe in these difficult times and everything like that.
For sure. You too, bro.
Absolutely. So, man, I just want to talk about these coaches, man. I wanted to go into the order in terms of least favorite to my most favorite, and just give quick points right.
Sure.
Quick points by. So for me, Miller's at the bottom. He's third, all right? And it's just like I'll take him. It's not my first choice. He's definitely not my second choice. And I like his adjustment. But no issues with that. Once Bills got out of there, I didn't like his rotation.
Wait, you didn't like his what? I couldn't say that one more time. You didn't like his what? His rotations?
His rotations.
Got you.
His rotations. I mean, I felt like that's when he should have played the young guys. I mean, maybe he was trying to go for wins, but that's the only knock I have on him. But other than that, I have no. I mean, I'll take him as third.
Okay.
You know, the next one, Thibs, that's the big one. And then we already really talked about this on Instagram Live, but, you know, I'll just say this for everybody else that wasn't there. There is no question that Thibs is a good coach. He has a 58.9 win percentage. And it's like, he did good, but I just feel like when he took over that Bulls team in 09-10, that team was already had something. They weren't like bottom of the barrel. The year before that, they were 500. Underneath, what's that dude? Vinny Del Negro.
Vinny Del Negro, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just like, is this guy to take something from nothing and then make them into like a good team? The only thing to really look at is the whole Minnesota situation, and it's like, you can't. I don't know if you can really do it because it was like Howard and Pound and Rodriguez, but I don't know. And then the other thing was like he's not proven he can handle young players. That team that he had, the young player was those are 21. We have Kevin Knox, 18, Mitchell Robinson, 21, Frank Nielsen at 21, Kevin Knox, 20. So it's like we just have these young players, and I feel like there's a guy that's already proven in Kenny Atkinson that has already done that, and it speaks for itself. Every year they got better. I mean, we had them like Dinwiddie, Levert, D'Angelo, Jeremy Lin for a time. So I just feel like Kenny Atkinson would be the best choice.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna cut your call because your connection was kind of bad. I don't know if it's a switchboard or the connection. We'll go to another caller. But basically, he ranked them. He put Atkinson as first, Thibs second, and Miller third.
Okay.
He said he didn't understand Miller's rotations with the young guys. A lot of people questioned that, and we even did on many post-game shows. Yeah. Questioned Miller's rotations. Again, was that a result of, hey, I'm just trying to go with, the guys that give me the best chance to win. I'm trying to keep my job, Jay Ellis. Right. When he's in this position, he's got an interim tag on his head. Mm-hmm. So it's not about developing. He has no future. His future's not locked in.
Right. It's a double-edged sword too, because it's like you're not. Listen, I feel like after the All-Star break, I felt like the rotations got funny. Not even really the rotation, just the starting five. Because I still couldn't understand the Mo Harkless starting thing.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that at all. That actually pissed me off quite a bit.
Yeah, that wasn't a fan of that at all. But what I will say that is, even though I wanted certain players to get more minutes, I do feel like I saw Frank get better towards the end of the season. I do feel like I saw Mitch get better. And Knox's better was, very incremental.
Trying harder on defense, playing a little bit better on defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So even though I personally didn't like the rotations, I did see some growth from the young guys. So then I factored that in as well. So I start to think, well, if he had a full year with a roster with a little bit better spacing, what can he do? Since he was on pace to win, 30 games that season, if he started from the beginning of the season, while Fizdale was on pace to win 15.
Yeah. Yeah, as you said, he was certainly on pace to win more games than Fizz. I thought Mitch was definitely on the rise. RJ was, up and down. Frank started to play a little bit steady, and you saw Kev just playing with a little bit more heart. It wasn't necessarily, there was nothing really glaring to me about Kev's play, but you saw him play a little bit, more spirited, with a bit more effort.
Mm-hmm.
And so again with Miller, would this front office really give him much credit for playing these young guys and them continuing to lose? Or do you just go with the guys that is going to give you the best chance to win, and then you get your contract and then get to basics, get back to the development? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to think, like, was his hands tied in terms of his rotations with him just really trying to survive?
Yeah, I get it. And just watching the little highlights here from this Detroit game, like, I feel Frank with these paint touches, man, because that was one thing people were mad at. He didn't like to go in the paint. I felt like at the end of the year, he was really trying to get into the paint with a little bit more oomph.
Yeah.
And Miller always kind of emphasized paint touches for guards, and I feel like because he started to see that more from Frank towards the end of the season.
True. And then, I think Will's point on Thibs was, how much more of an upgrade was he than Del Negro? Del Negro had that Bulls team clicking.
Mm-hmm.
How much more of an upgrade was Thibs to Del Negro?
Question.
Listen, I think that Bulls team was good, man.
That Bulls team, you got an MVP on your squad.
You had MVP on your team. You had Jimmy Butler. You had Taj. You had Heinrich was playing, lights out. He kept, whether you want to say he was just a caretaker or what, they continued to play hard. The defense was always solid. And their offense was up there too. The offense was fairly underrated. If you look at the ratings.
The thing you can give Thibs credit for is when Derrick Rose did go down, he was still kind of able to find a way to compete. So, I mean, if that means anything to you guys.
Of course. Has to. That was their bread and butter.
Yeah.
Their bread and butter went down. They were still competing out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he says, Atkinson would be the guy from a development standpoint. So I definitely understand it. Definitely understand it. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. If you're new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new and we'll shout you guys out. We have David Zenon coming on Friday, Jails, NBA shooting coach. So we're gonna get his thoughts. David is definitely an insider. He worked personally with Serge Ibaka last season.
Can I hire him? I want to shoot.
Come out of retirement, right?
Yeah, I didn't even come out of retirement. Man, listen, after this quarantine, bro, man.
Yeah. So we'll talk to David and get his thoughts on draft and coaching and all of that. So that's Friday night. So to Michael Parker, JL sends us a super chat.
Yeah.
It just says salute Michael Parker.
Yeah,
Quincy Adamson sends us a super chat, and Who Knows 203 sends us a super chat. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, yeah. Michael Parker says Van Gundy should be the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Bring on Atkinson as first assistant coach, and then Miller as the second assistant coach.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Cool.
I don't think Atkinson would take that though.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. Sean Richardson sends us a super chat. Salute to Sean Richardson. Appreciate the love. All right, let's go back to the phones. I'm going to test out the phones again, make sure everything's kosher. Darnell from Queens, what's going on?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing, bro?
I'm cool. I got a question for you guys just about coaches. I wanted to know, as you and Rose put the team together, what do you guys think about the possibility of them kind of taking the approach that the Lakers and the Clippers are taking, just getting two coaches? Like, in LA, they got Frank Vogel and Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd was his own coach. And then the Clippers, they got Doc Rivers and Tyronn Lue. And so I said, do you think they would be able to get something like that here, maybe like a Thibs and I guess like Thibs and Atkinson?
Thibs and Atkinson.
Or who would you want if they could put a tandem together? Who would you want?
Interesting. I think it all depends on what the market commands for these guys. Who's to say Thibs doesn't go to Brooklyn? JLs, as the ready now win team. I mean, maybe he's using the Knicks as leverage. Who's to say he doesn't dip off to Brooklyn, which is a better opportunity to win right now?
Maybe, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, to answer your question, I feel like the only reason teams like the Clippers are able to kind of pull stuff like that off is because of their roster and record. Kind of lets them get away with it. When you have multiple superstars on your own team,
right?
I think coaches, the big name coaches will I'll be your assistant.
but also you got to think about it, like some guys use those opportunities to get back in as head coaches. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a springboard type of year, like a Vogel and a Kid. They're both in a situation where they had to kind of repair their image.
Yeah, true.
And their reputations because they came from bad situations. And then on top of that, we all know LeBron's a coach anyway. So who's listening to those guys? No, I'm just kidding. But I think if you were to say a Miller and a Thibs ticket, it all depends on the market, right? Because we know Brooklyn's going to be open. They think the Rockets is going to be open. Those are two pretty good situations if you're just not trying to start over.
Right.
So, but ideally, who would be a head coach 1, head coach 2 combo?
Oh, controversy, a controversial idea.
yeah. I think a Thibs and Atkinson would be great because you have your defensive guru and you have your point guard developer, your offensive guy, as his number 2. I think that would be dope.
I have one. I don't even believe in this, but I just want to say just Van Gundy, Mark Jackson.
A Van Gundy, Mark Jackson ticket.
Yeah, they already around each other anyway.
Listen, with the amount of money that MSG's had to refund their season ticket holders this year, hey, that would be a good one to get some renewals.
Who needs redemption more than Mark Jackson?
Yeah, a Mark Jackson Van Gundy ticket, or what about a Kenny Smith, Mark Jackson ticket, a New York ticket?
Kenny Smith.
I
could just imagine Kenny running to the video during the video sessions.
Running to the locker room. Hold on. Oh, man.
Let me see what I did wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be funny, though, man. That would definitely be funny. So to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Let me see who came in on Team #New. The chats have been going crazy. I can't really read them. Let's see if we can catch any. And then something's going on with the switchboard. I think the connection's been a bit choppy on the switchboard, so just bear with us. Let's go to Manny from Brooklyn. Manny, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm chilling. Oh, man.
All right, what's going on, bro?
Finger to check. No Mark Jackson.
No, nothing, man. It's like I like the coaching of the candidates, and I think Kenny Atkinson would be a great developmental coach for the Knicks. I feel like he will do wonders with Frank, not RJ.
I gotta cut. My fault, bro, because the connection was just too bad, man. I couldn't make out what he was saying, bro. James from Florida, what's going on, man? Go ahead. Connection's just been bad tonight.
Yo, what's up, man? First off, great show.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Hit that thumbs up for your boys.
Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. You know what it is, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I think my first choice would definitely be Tom and Miller.
Okay.
I wouldn't go with Atkinson and Miller, only I feel like if they get a superstar on the team, it'd be too much of a pushover.
If they get if they get who on the team? Sorry.
Miller and Atkinson.
Okay.
I think they'd be too much of a pushover if they get like a superstar.
Well, we don't know how
Miller's going to. How come you guys ain't spoof on Meta World Peace?
Wait, say that. Wait, what did you say about Meta?
Here comes a new challenge.
You guys ain't spoof on Meta World Peace yet.
Oh, was it him saying that he wanted to be the coach?
Yeah, I mean, if the stars get out of line, he'll elbow him to the jugular.
Listen,
Appreciate the call. Go ahead, Jails.
I'm maybe not head coach, but I am for Ron Artest being an assistant or something. I'm all for that. I am all for intimidation.
Hey,
Julie, if Randall doesn't rotate, I know Ron Artest can bring the fear of God to him for sure. I'm down.
Hey, all I'll say is
sign me up.
We might get the opportunity to ask him personally. You know, no promises, Jails. No promises.
Okay, all right.
Well, you know, we're working. I was saving that question for when it really counted. You know what I mean?
But since he asked,
yeah. But since he asked, you know, that would be hilarious. That would definitely be hilarious, man. Salute to Ron, aka Meta World Peace. Let's go to Florida. Iller, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going, bro?
What's good, bro?
Good. I just want to say, first of all, I'm a Jets fan, Gundy guy, but forget that because I'm just biased. But I'm looking at this at a whole different perspective. What I mean by that is, you know, if Leon Rose is specifically going to hire a coach based on, you know, good relationships, you know, that kind of, you know, it makes me question things because now you got to look at it a different route because, like, do you want to develop these players or what are you trying to do? Because people are going to turn on him, you know, for who he hires because it's New York, man. And I think, you know, you got to hire the best man for this job. You know, coaching the New York Knicks, man, that's a huge responsibility. So, to me, it's, like I said, I'm looking at it a different perspective. So, like, I'm looking at Leon Rose. What is he thinking? What does he want to do? What is the plan?
Okay, good points. Definitely good points. But I mean, you know, if it's relationship wise, you know, Thibs doesn't, from what you're hearing, doesn't have the best the best reputation right now. JLs. You know, to say that he be the pick. We just hearing that Thibs and what the hell just happened here? Oh, I thought we just froze for a second. We just got stuck in the Matrix, AS. No worries.
Okay, we back.
We back. You know, we just hearing that Thibs and Leon Rose have that relationship. Kenny Atkinson, again, what happened in Brooklyn that we don't know about? Was there mutiny amongst the players, which was alleged? So what's his story?
Yeah, what's his story? Is like, is that gonna stop him from getting hired here? Do we take Kyrie Irving seriously when he doesn't like coaches?
Right. That's that. So listen, I think they're gonna go with the best person for the job, who they believe can come in here and succeed. It's just they have to give that person time. We have to give that person time, and let them cook. Understand that this roster is trash. Right? I mean, let's be honest. This roster is trash. Stop looking for the coach to be a miracle worker, JLs. It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. This is going to take time. You have to get the players here that's gonna fit the coach and the front office's vision, and they have to work it in tandem.
How long are we giving this coach till we say he's trash?
I don't know, man. I tried with Fizz, man. I did
too, man. I did too. I was so hyped to get Fizz until I realized coach.
I tried with Fizz, man, but something was just not clicking. Well, I realized there was a lot of things that wasn't clicking with Fizz.
I realized he was a motivational speaker and not a coach.
Yeah, basically.
Man, I got.
That's it. That's it, man. All right, last call of the night. Let's go to Omar. Omar's up. How you feeling, man?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good, bro.
Safe.
Appreciate it, man. Hope you're being safe as well. What's going
on? So it's funny. Actually, I'm getting a lot of feedback on my end.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, the switchboards are all messed up. So just go ahead with your question and then hang up, and then we'll get to it.
Well, really quick, it's kind of funny. If Thibs gets hired here, you can see a lot of comparisons to when Coughlin got hired by by the Giants back in '04. You know, a rigid coach where would have to like kind of change his ways. It's just kind of funny to me. But I wanted to really know on the draft, what's the issue with Halliburton? I know Jay from Florida really painting on him, but to be honest, like a lack of star power in a draft, a guy like that, he fits next to RJ. Like we need safe picks. We need to stop going for home run, high risk reward. It never works out for us. Like I don't want a project anymore. And are you guys leaning more safe, or do you want to still go high ceiling? You know, I've heard you guys like Kira. We've thought about Cole Anthony, Killian Hayes, but honestly, I just think Halliburton is too obvious of a pick here if he's there for us. Thanks. I'll hang up now.
Appreciate the call, man. On Halliburton, you know, listen, Jay's issue on Halliburton was that he just wasn't a flashy player. That a lot of these guys are coming with. He is a safe player, JLs. But to me, I'm with Omar. I think Halliburton fits with RJ probably better than any of these guards on in the draft right now. He may not be the engine that we need. Mm-hmm. You know, in terms of being a point guard one. I think that'll be the issue. It's still distribution. But he could still get it done. A guy that can shoot the three in that way, a guy that can defend the way that he can and can play the pick and roll, run the pick and roll. He's a solid pick. He's a solid pick.
Yeah, I still would go with I understand it because you can. The thing is, like, you're just going to get more of. Like, we need the engine, man. Like, I guess if you're going to run through more. If you're going to run the offense more through RJ, then I guess that works out because you definitely not gonna. I don't feel like you just give him the keys and say go. I would be more comfortable going through RJ if that's going to be a pick. To be honest with you, to me, like Killian, to me, I think will work out long term better than Halliburton. Right. Somebody create his own shot a little bit. I mean, I know the catch and shoot numbers aren't good with Killian, but his pull-up three shooting is so good. You just figure the catch and shoot has to catch up. Like, so I think Killian still be the best.
Yeah, I think obviously Killian will be solid. Again, with Halliburton, can he be a point guard one? You know, or can he and RJ share those duties effectively enough?
Right.
To get you that distribution.
Exactly. Because you can't. I would not lean solely on Halliburton to run the show.
Right.
Definitely by committee at that point.
Right, it's by committee. But like I said, you know, his 3-point shooting numbers.
Oh yeah.
And you know the length that he gives you, the defensive capability that he gives you. I think he is a safe pick.
Definitely. Is he a 6th pick?
I think anywhere between 6 to 10. Which is where he's being mocked.
Is a safe role player a 6th pick?
Yeah. I mean, look at what we drafted so far. look at what we drafted. I mean, Kev is looking like a no pick right now. Kev got to step it up, you know?
Yeah.
So, and Kev was what, 7?
Yeah.
Kev was about 7. Let me go back to Omar. Omar, what was give me your first question again. I forgot the first question.
Oh, I was just making the point that Thibs kind of would remind me of Coughlin came to the Giants.
That's right.
I know you're a Giants fan.
Yeah.
And if you remember when Coughlin came to the Giants, he had a lot of questions about rigidness, practice schedule, and how people have to show up early and he wasn't player friendly. And he really obviously changed his ways as he came to the rebuilding Giants. I just think there would be a lot of parallels with the two.
Yeah.
And, you know, it would just be one of those things, you know, history repeats itself.
I got you. So I do see a little bit of parallel, as you're saying, you know, a very rigid, you know, old school kind of coach. I think the only difference is that when Coughlin came in, the primary reason for the clash was that he was clashing with the old guard. Remember, Michael Strahan was the Giants at that time. Tiki Barber was the offense of that time. They didn't want to change. And they did not want to work with Coughlin and you know, help him kind of enact those rules and stuff like that. With Thibs coming in here, he kind of has a blank slate in that he He's working with a lot of young guys. Nobody has established themselves or earned that respect where, you know, he has to acquiesce to their demands. You know what I mean? There's no Porzingis here. There's no Melo here. Mm-hmm. So I think Thibs would have the advantage in that the young guys, you know, they got to come to him, JLs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or not play. you know, you got to buy in or you're not going to play. So I think Thibs kind of has that blank slate that he's working with, whereas Coughlin kind of had to come in and earn that respect and vice versa. So
yeah, you're right about that. There's no big egos really. I mean,
right.
like, who was there? I guess Randall, if anything.
Yeah, but he might not even be there that long.
We'll see.
You know, Julius may not.
Wait, you did? Wait, oh, really? Oh, wait. Before I thought you said he was gonna be here for. You think they're gonna move him?
Well, I'm just saying. I think no. I don't think they'll move him. I think they'll let him play out the second year, and I think they'll decline the team option on the third year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's what'll happen.
All right.
That's what I see happening. So we shall see, though, man. But good show, JLs. Good show.
All right.
Let's go ahead and sign out. Where's my theme music at, man? My theme music ain't playing. What's going on here tonight, bro?
Oh man.
Damn.
No theme?
Damn. There's no outro, man. What's going on here? Hang on. Sheesh. Can't even go out like that, JLs.
My drums.
Yeah. Anyway. I don't. The theme music is out. The phone lines are out. It's one of those nights, JLs. But anyway, man, we know what time it is. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Anyway, JLs, go ahead and sign out, man.
Yeah, man. Check the latest episode of the Nick of Time show is on YouTube right now. Definitely check that out. Shout out to my guy Fritz Alexander for the edits. Thank you so much. Also, got merch too at the nickoftimeshow.com. Merch is leaving a little slow. COVID is messing up the send out game. So if you do buy merch from nickoftimeshow.com, make sure that you know that it is coming out slow. Yeah, and definitely check out the blog too at the nickoftimeshow.com. Check my guy Ken, who's writing some nice stuff. Yeah, that's all. Back to you, CP. And
I got the music just in the nick of time, JL.
Hey!
Get it? Got it. All right. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up on the 3 boys. You know what it is with these Apple products, man? It's like you got to turn it off and turn it back on again for it to work, man. I don't know, man. It's all over the place, man. But
that's
anyway,
my rule for everything.
Yeah, just turn it off, turn it back on. You know, that's it, man. Remember, these shows are available in audio podcast format: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Alexa, Google Play, and Stitcher. Friday night we have David Zenon, NBA shooting coach. David Zenon is definitely coming through. We're going to reschedule the Charlie Ward interview. Charlie Ward will be joining us sometime next week, we hope. So stick around for that. We had almost 500 people watching, JL. Salute to everybody that tuned in, man. Appreciate the support. You know, no basketball, but, you know, the community is here, man. Salute to everybody on Facebook. Definitely don't forget that you guys are watching as well. What else, JLs? Rest in peace to George Floyd, man. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Definitely, you know, it's an unfortunate situation. You know, it's a tragic situation. Very emotional situation, JL. So I can't watch the stuff on the internet. I scroll past videos, the pictures. It's I can't watch it. You know, so all we can hope is that justice will be served. And that changes are made, man. We need change, bro. This has been going on for way too long, man.
Yeah, man. It's been a rough month, but I will say that I believe, was it the governor or the mayor of Minneapolis came out and spoke, and I believe that the cops will actually, one of the police officers anyway, will actually be charged. So
yeah,
we'll see how this transpires.
We'll see what happens. Friends with Steven Jackson, very small world. Friends with Steven Jackson.
Rest in peace.
Went to the same high school in Houston as one of my best friends, who I lost as a youngster back when he was 20 years old. So very close to home, different connections. You know what I mean? Different connections, man. But salute to everybody out in Minneapolis, and you know, just stay safe. You know, wherever you guys are,
please stay safe, man. Be safe.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, man. Let me shout out some people in my chat, JL. Shout out all the mods, definitely. Salute to Dave for sure. TM, Prana, appreciate it. Apple Fanboy, appreciate it. Jaden Diaz, always appreciate it. Jermaine Creekmore, thanks a lot. JL, so you want to shout out, man?
Yo, shout out to Brooklyn student, my guy Prince Alexander, John Talento, my cuz, Winston Ellis, what up, cuz? Gregory Lee, thanks for enjoying the KOT show. Yeah, everybody. Craig Williams always holds me down.
Yeah, man.
Always holds me down. Shout out to you as well. And Zach Tate.
Yes, sir. Once again, Friday night, 9:30 p.m. David Zenon joins